What up, you lab rats? This is episode number 92. Today we're talking about asking for the help that you need when you're transitioning from one thing to another, much like entrepreneurship. Stay tuned. All right, hey guys, welcome back to the lab. This is episode number 92, your daily inspiration for creating better content. As always, here on Good Shit Friday, I'm joined by my dope co-host, Dre Bailey. What's up, man?
Dope, that's right. What's up, Meg? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, I'm doing good.
We were both in a tizzy this morning trying to record this show. So I appreciate it. You know, we keep each other in line. I always talk about that, and I always want to give you thanks. I want to give you ups, big props.
What makes it difficult, you know, I'm in the Eastern time zone, you're in the Pacific, right?
That's
Pacific.
right. That's
yeah,
right.
so that kind of screws things up with us at the time. But.
You're like, I'm ready to go. And
Yeah,
it's
we
like
can get
noon
it
for you. And
together.
I'm like, okay, I just woke up.
Yeah, it's new for me. She's like, oh, okay. Yeah, give me 15 minutes.
15 minutes, dude. I don't even have my face on. So I had to run and like put makeup on really quick. Dude, girls have it harder, man.
Yeah,
Girls have it
don't
harder.
worry. It's all
But
good.
it's all good, yeah.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
keep each other in line. Now we keeping tallies too. We're like, okay, who's gonna catch who? No, man, it's all good. So today I wanted to talk about, because I was talking to you when we recorded the other show. I was going through some stuff about finding the support that you need, especially from your husband, from your spouse, or whatever.
Right.
It's so important, guys. Like when you're doing this thing, you know, oh, I'm doing this YouTube thing, or I'm doing this creating content thing. Like, it's so hard to be able to explain to other people who don't come from this world of creating content and trying to help people and trying to start your own business online. Like, it's a whole new world. And when you make that switch from like working corporate and then getting into this kind of thing, the people around you, especially like your spouse, your friends, your family, are like, what are you doing? Can you speak to that, Dre?
Right, because people, you know, it seems like I don't think anyone understands but another YouTube content creator or a content creator on another platform.
Right.
These videos, your videos average 10 to 20 minutes, and it takes way more than 10 to 20 minutes to make a video. So it takes a lot of your time from your personal life to create a 10 to 20 minute video. You are putting out videos every day, sometimes twice a day, and a lot of your time is consumed, you know, creating content, creating ideas, you know, and everything else that you do over there.
Right. All that shit that you do.
You're consumed, and of course, you know, that's going to affect your relationship, and your partner is going to have to understand, or you're going to have to create a game plan for your relationship on how y'all could manage your time, you know, as far as your relationship time, or the time that you, from your relationship time to your creating content time to the time that your spouse needs for his or her job or career or whatever he or she is doing as well.
Right. So like the big thing here that I want to really like kind of dig into is that, you know, when you're in a relationship, especially if that relationship is very serious, right? Like you're in a committed relationship, whatever that may be. It's really, I think, easy for people like myself to expect that your partner just be there for you with no questions asked. Like that's an ideal world, and maybe that's how it's supposed to be, and I'm not here to tell you what it's supposed to be. I'm here to tell you like my side of things, which is that's not what it is. That's not what the reality is. And the fact of the matter is, like, I can have the best cheerleaders in the world, like you, Dre, like my friend Marcos, shout out to Hentepreneur, always sending me like crazy, awesome video messages. Jared Easley from Starve That Doubts, Omar, Nicole. I can have all this great community who are in the niche with me. But if my partner is not on the same page with me, for me, that's not complete happiness for me. And I had to, like I was telling you, Dre, I had to create an environment for which he could understand. Like, he can understand and then give his support, because, like, I can't ask somebody, especially somebody very close to me, to change their whole worldview just because, and have this sort of patronizing sort of support. I don't care for that. Like, I need you to get it. Like, I need you to understand, right?
Right.
And so that's kind of the struggle. And so, you know, the topic of this title is asking for the support that you need. Like, I need that support. Like, I can straight up do my thing and he'll let me do my thing, but if he's not truly understanding, if he's not truly compassionate as to why this stuff that I do makes me happy, and he just says, okay, good job, go do your thing, I support you, but I don't feel it, then there's still an issue there for me. So what I want to talk about is kind of creating the environment so they can really understand it, they can really give you the support that you need. And you know when you get that support that you want, because you can feel it, right? There's a difference between, yeah, I support you, Dre. Go ahead. That's cool.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Appreciate that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, exactly, right? You're like, okay, I don't feel anything from that. And you'll know the difference, you know what I mean? And you know, every relationship is different. So you'll know, and you'll know how your partner is being genuine or not being genuine. And so I'm not saying that his support was like black and white, but there's just a feeling that, and it wasn't quite there for me yet.
It's like love, you know, you feel love. Somebody can't just say, or you can't just say to somebody, I love you. You can say it, but you feel, that's something you feel. So when somebody says, yeah, I support you, or they saying that to you, it has to come with the feeling as well. So you could definitely feel if somebody's supporting you or not, even if they don't even tell you they're supporting you. You know who's on your team who's not on your team, and you know who's kind of on that fence.
Right. That's what I'm trying to get at. It's so hard to kind of like put this into words because it's a feeling, you know. But I think it's still very important to talk about, to try to discuss, and so. Listen, guys, this is what happened, right? Because we've had this conversation a lot. And it's like, how do I get him to understand? And it's not really that attitude that I want to put out anymore. And then this is something that I thought I had to fix. And so I think this was our biggest kind of obstacle. And I think we really overcame that after this last conversation because I had changed my perspective. So here's what I did. I was like, I was pretty angry that he wasn't, you know, by this time already, not truly on board on what I'm doing and fully valuing what I'm doing and seeing the vision that I have. I can't expect him to do that because he's not me. He can't truly, like 100% be like right there with my vision because he's not me. It's like photography. It's subjective. Like, I can't see what you're seeing because you have the eye, right? And that's cool. So as soon as I kind of realized that and came down from all of my emotions, because that can get you mad. It's like, why aren't you here for me already, right? Like, you know, what have we been doing the last 2 years? And so when I finally let that go, and I was like, you know what, it's actually okay that you're not here for me 110%, that the way that I want you to be, not yet anyway. And it was just kind of this like acceptance and peace with it, instead of fighting with him, like, come on, why don't you understand already? Like, and being really being angry with it. And so I let that go.
hold on, man, because I'm not sure you're saying it's okay, and I have to disagree a little bit, because let's use that analogy that I used with on your team, on your not. So let's put it like in baseball or football. You want them on your team. You want to root for the person, you got to start hitting home runs. Person that doesn't know who to root for starts scoring touchdowns. Now, like, let's say home field advantage, right? A team could kind of suck or might not be the better team, but when you're home team advantage and your fans is rooting for you, you tend to play better. So if he's on your team, if you feel that sensation that he's not on your team, you're kind of missing out, because if you had that feeling that we was talking about, you would play better. You would perform better. You would be that much of a better person. So he's kind of like that. I'm kind of putting it kind of hard here. You know, if you're not cheering, you're booing. So he's boo, boo, boo. That's how I feel. And you're gonna miss shots if you're playing basketball, or you're gonna drop that pass if you're playing football.
Here, it's half finished because this is what happened.
That's
That's exactly what happened, right? I was kind of like not purposely trying to make him feel bad, but I was creating an environment to say like I'm ready for you when you're willing to step up.
Okay.
It's okay that you're not here for me right now. This is how I feel right now. It's okay that you're not 110% for me right now in this very moment. And in that moment, something happened. He said, okay, well, he had to leave for a meeting, but then he was like, this conversation is over. I want to talk about this some more. I want to know where you're coming from. I do want to understand. I do want to be there for you. I do want to be your number one cheerleader. And so he just had to go through this little journey to switch his perspective. And because I had said it was okay and it was safe for you not to be right there for me. It's okay. It's okay because I know that it takes a sort of journey within oneself to get from here to here, no matter what that may be. When you're making a change in the way that you see things in your life, you have to go through some sort of little journey by yourself. And I said, you know what? At the same time, I was still a little angry because I was like, just trying to come down from being angry. It's hard to come down from being angry, right? And I said, you know what? I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you, and even though you're not here right now in this very second, I'm going to show you you're going to get there faster. I'm going to show you how valuable this is. I'm going to show you how much passion and how much drive I have for this thing and make you believe in what I'm doing. And suddenly I got my confidence back because I was feeling like, well, if he doesn't believe in me, what am I doing this for? For like a second. And then it was just in that very moment we had that conversation, something happened. And we created an environment in which he, I came 50% or whatever that percentage is, and I left the door open, and I allowed him to come at his own time and to think about things and to think about how he was saying things. Because, of course, when you fight, or not fight, but like argue or get, in a heated discussion, sometimes things don't come out the way that you want, right? You don't mean to say certain things. You want to say something else, but you don't know how to say it. Does that make sense? So when we came back to it, oh man, just incredible progress, an incredible new level of understanding for the both of us. And he was like, I'm here for you. And for a moment he was like, it just made him really think like, don't count me out. Even though I'm not here for you, I'm not able to do what I'm supposed to do for you as a partner and as a husband. Don't count me out. I'm going to get there. So he was on that track, And so I said, cool, I'm here. I'm ready for you when you're ready. And so it just showed me that, when you get into an argument, it's more like a test of who can be a leader for that team in that moment. Because I felt like I could have easily became a follower once again and been like, well, he doesn't believe in me again. I'll just go back to doing what I'm doing. Instead, I changed my attitude and became a leader. In my perspective, I became a leader and pulled him out of this weird space that we normally habit, which is like fear and like, so here we go again and stuff like that. So I'm very happy to report that he's right there with me. And so he's incredibly, made this progress because I think I made it safe. I made it safe for us to fall down and to be okay when maybe we don't show up for each other when we're supposed to, but then, to learn from that and move on. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, I think people can have a hard time understanding what you do. And I think this YouTube, the love for YouTube and the love of podcasting, I think that's one thing that's, like I said in the beginning, it's kind of hard to understand because you put out a video, it's just like you're playing on the internet.
You're like, what good does that do?
Yeah, okay, nice video. What's up with that?
It looks cool, but did that make money? Right? That's kind of what people are thinking, right?
Yeah, you can't make a career out of this, or so you have non-believers.
I'm laying the bricks, dude.
Right, and you're laying the bricks. And we was talking about the time. 10 to 20 minutes, because even after you make the video, after you finish creating ideas, shooting, filming it, publishing it, you still got to market that. You got to let everybody know there's a video there for you to look at. I mean, it's so much time.
Right.
It really can consume all your time. It's 24 hours in a day.
Right.
You know, besides sleep, it can consume all your time. So you have to, I can see that you have to convince, or just show them the light. Say, hey.
It's not really convincing.
Yeah. Because he just doesn't know. You got to show him. You know, show him the game
I will
plan.
show you. Yeah.
Right, and you might have to sit and watch to say, okay, let me see this thing work, because it doesn't work over the YouTube. You know, what we do is not any overnight thing. It's not an overnight success, and you know, some people don't even make it at all. You know, if they really trying to grow something successful from this. So it's a tough business. I mean, there's billions of people on YouTube. You know, when you type in a search for something, you know, it's just like Google. We're fighting to get on that. We're fighting to get discovered. You know, that's a fight. That's a battle. It's a struggle. You know, and it can get depressing, and that's why you need some people on your side. It can get depressing if things are not going your way the way you want to see it.
Right.
And that's where he kind of needs to be there for your support, so you could continue that drive. It's like, it's go to the analogy of baseball. If you start losing, say 5-0, or football 28-0, you want to almost feel to give up. But you know, you need that team, your support team, so you can stay in the game and try to win this thing. Does that make any sense?
No, yeah, that makes total sense. Like, I feel so much more on my game when I'm getting validation. I don't need validation because, you know, I wouldn't be here if I had to depend on validation, because in the beginning it was all shit. It was just all like, I'm just going to put it out. I'm just going to figure it out. And a lot of it was crappy. But I had to go through that to figure out my voice. I had to figure out all this crap that I'm doing right now. And if I depended upon validation and his support, I wouldn't be anywhere. I had to have I had to really believe in what I was doing. So besides, you know, support is very important, and to keep the momentum going. And it's really important to collect people that can support you and to nurture those relationships. However, it doesn't replace that inner drive. Like, how bad do you want it, right? Right. And there's going to be up and down of that shit. But, I mean, it really just depends on you. And like you know, that argument that we had, or that discussion, I just see it as a means of me being a leader in that partnership at that time. There's going to be a lot of times, and there has been a lot of times when he's been a leader. He's been such a leader, just like supporting us financially. I mean, that's a big burden to take on, and to take, you know, and it's even not just me. It's like his family. He's also supporting his family. So there's an incredible pressure on him to deliver the goods the way the typical man would deliver for his family and for his wife. Right. So I have to remember that as well. Like, I cannot squander this time, what I'm doing. It is for the benefit of us. Right. And so during those times, it's like, yeah, I'm not pulling in you know, X amount of dollars the way I used to when I was working in corporate, but I'm happier. And that means I can be here for you as a wife and as a partner and as a business partner so much more better. And
that's what it's all about. I mean, chasing happiness, that is a really good feeling. You know, you want to do something that you love.
Oh, man, yeah.
Regardless, sometimes the things that you love is not the optimal thing for a relationship or whatever, but when you're feeling happy, you love the relationship, is that much better, you know, because let's say you got 9 to 5, you hate your job, you coming home, you just I
was doing that.
You're pissed off at everybody, and you're doing what you're supposed to do. You're bringing in dollars, you're supporting your family, but there's no happiness in the household. You're bringing that grumpiness, and you're making everybody in the household pissed off, and you know, So
that hits home for me,
Right, happiness is the way to go. Chase happiness.
Chase your happiness. Right. And the people around you, you give them, you have to also be patient with them too. You know, it's not just like you asking for the time to be successful, like I'm asking of Kevin. But I'm also he's also asking me to hustle as hard as I can, indirectly, right? Because the longer that I'm not making the revenue that I used to make, doesn't really help us financially, right? Just speaking on financial terms. And so that, puts a pressure on him. So, and us as a betrothed couple. So it's give and take. It's a partnership. And I can't stress that to myself more than anything. It's not just, why aren't you supporting me?
Right.
It's not that. It's what are we doing together to support each other and to keep each other in line? Because we are going to have some fall downs, and we are going to have some times where we say things we don't mean, and it comes out feeling like you don't support me. But it's just a matter of kind of getting underneath all of that emotion. Emotion gets in the way, man. The tears, the crocodile tears, the anger gets in the way of the true meaning of what you really want to communicate. And so I found too that just being a little bit robotic during those times and just trying to get to the root communication of it all, instead of letting my emotion, my anger and sadness and weakness and fear overcome me and make me feel like, oh, you don't support me.
Right.
That's not the case.
You are you're a team, and just like back to sports, you have to learn how to play together. Basketball, you can have the 5 best players on a team that play basketball, but they might not win the game because they don't learn. You got to learn how to play together to be good. Right. So yeah, you're learning. You're learning how that team works. What you need to do to kind of be the leader.
Right. Right.
To win the game, to be in first place.
I could be a badass point guard, but if my wingman's not there, or if my forward's not there to kind of catch me if I fall or get my rebound or whatever, what am I gonna do?
Right.
Just
run
back
in the day with Top Gun, with Tom Cruise, Maverick, and Tom Cruise. I forgot his. They was 2 great pilots, but they didn't know how to have each other's back, and at the end they kind of got all the MiGs and killed them. That's
exactly.
For this. Yeah, we're dating ourselves now.
I'm a Top Gun fan. Anyway, yeah. So to leave you guys with this as we kind of wind down, it's kind of got a little touchy feeling on this episode, but it helps to have the touchy feels, every now and again, because that's kind of the basis from which we humans operate. Okay, don't lie. So my friend April, who we met at Podcast San Diego, she was telling me, her and her husband been married 17 years, and she gave me some very good advice that I want to share to you guys, which is when you take care of your partner and you cater to your partner, you don't have to worry about yourself. You don't have to be selfish and worry about what about me, because your partner is taking care of you. So it's a sort of it's this kind of action instead of this kind of action.
Okay.
So I took that really to heart, and I'm going to keep reminding myself and Kevin of that sort of perspective on how, to run our relationship, because being an entrepreneur, you hustle. It's all about the hustle, and it's all about getting yourself noticed.
That's right, nonstop. You even dream. You dream the hustle when you go to sleep.
Yes, you do. And you wake up and you're like, oh, shit, I have so much to do, And then you forget to kiss your spouse or whatever. And that can just get so little by little just take over your life. And, let's not forget why we're hustling. And, not forget to boost the people up that want to be there with us. Because you don't want to look around and be like, okay.
Right. Yep.
Right? It's very lonely if you don't have somebody to share it with. So, any last closing words, Dre?
No, that's it. Just keep working together. You guys are going to find a way, and anybody else in the same situation, you'll find a way. Just keep working together and communicate. That's what they say. It's easier said than done. Yes, he's not going to know. You can't expect your partner to know what you're thinking or whatever without. You got to say it. Don't expect. They say that. Don't assume, makes an ass out of you and me. Communicate, even if you feel it's going to hurt the person, I feel, because they might just have to sleep on it and then say, okay, I understand. At least they know, and that's very important, that they know what's wrong with you. You got to know how to fix what's wrong with the car before you can fix the car. I'm just whipping out all these analogies today. Sports, cars.
Yeah, you know, as long as you're creating the environment for which it's okay to be wrong, it's okay to be this, okay to be that, and I think that's really important. I think that's always for us a big turning point, because I think the worst thing is feeling like, oh, if I say this, I'm going to sound stupid. If I say this, I'm going to look weak. If I say this, I'm giving him all the power. So you kind of, you know, you can really limit your communication skills because of all of these fears, because you think it's not okay to go there. Well, if you don't create an environment where it's not okay to go there, then yeah, you are going to run into those problems. So you have to kind of continually remind each other, hey, it's okay. It's okay. Like, we can go there with each other because it's us, whatever.
Right.
We're a team. All right. So, all right. We're going on and on.
That's right.
We're at 25.
25, we got time.
I want to thank you guys for hanging out with us today. I really appreciate it. We're lucky to have you here on Good Shit Friday. We would love to hear your thoughts on this topic and anything that you want to share, and how to better, like, over communicate with your partner. I know there's many of you out there that probably maybe ran into the same thing. And yes, as always, you can tweet at us. I'm at Megan J Photo.
And at EMIP TV.
Yeah. So, Dre, thank you for coming on today. I always appreciate it.
You're welcome.
We will see you next time. Oh, let's do a little special announcement. You're going to be taking over Good Shit Friday the following week, right?
That's right. Let me see. That's right. Next week. That's right. It's going to be on me.
Because I'm going to be in New Media Expo. So, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to hijack this show. We're going to just turn it out, man. You're going to miss. Don't miss it, because it's going to be something special.
That's right. So, thanks, guys, again. I really appreciate wherever you are listening, watching the show. Yeah. Any last closing words, Dre?
That's it. Just say good night. Have a good weekend.
All right. Once again, my name is Megan.
I'm Dre.
And reminding you guys to get in the lab. We'll see you next time.
See ya. All right.